Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let me shift my position over here. Okay, today is Sucky Tasks Day. This means that Adam wants to prioritize tasks that would otherwise be saved for the end of the entire game when it would be too overwhelming to do all at once. Oh, that's weird. Just said there was an error displaying chat. Try again doesn't seem to do anything. Let's just refresh. I thought I saw someone type something. Let me see. Maybe someone claimed first. Yeah, TJ. Hey, TJ. Yeah. All right, so first order of business is adding music and sound effects. So let's go get the music. What did I decide to save this as? I don't remember. This one just loops normally, so I guess it doesn't really matter what we choose. MP3s are just easier to work with for looping Godot, or what's on that here. This is my online link. This doesn't work. Oh, that works. Hey, Steven. I'm here for the no fun zone. Godot, OGG, MP3, Wave. I think they said that Wave is cheaper for CPU time, but it is much bigger, of course. Raw data or light compression. They can only be imported in raw format. Lightweight to play back on the CPU. Hundreds of simultaneous voices in this format are fine. Downsides, they take up a lot of disk space. I wonder if I just make it an MP3. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Just export as MP3. But looping this should be super simple. All right, so we just want to put it over here, right? Yeah. All right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Watching on mobile, double no fun. I don't think any individual thing that I do is all that visual here. If I were making artwork, it probably would be. But even then, I guess it'd be taking up the full screen. All right, we got our intro theme now. Let's go plug it into the game. Audio, music, Dungeon Racer. Okay, there's our intro theme. All right, now I want to go add it. There are a couple different ways we could go about doing this. I think let's just go plug it in the same way we have for the other ones, like top-down shooter. We have a music player. I'm just going to put this in here. And it's just going to start with the endless theme. Quick load, intro, or not endless, non-endless. And then this is pretty quiet. We probably need to raise it a bit. I'll put it to like 4. Autoplay is true. Looping needs to be true. And I don't know where we set that. Ah, there it is. And that's it. We should just be done with that. This was a sucky task because of the rest of the audio. Music is fine. Now let's plug in the old controller here. It is a little concerning that there's this. Oh, there. It just got done. All right. Is there music? Yeah. All right. So this compared to. Yeah, it's definitely not audible. We should raise this by another little bit. So it's a 10 plus second delay. Then it makes it extra special when you win. AC17R, good morning. I think Y sorting is the kind of task we should also do today. I wonder, we should also lower that booster, right? So you can just hold right here. Whoops. Yeah. Well, maybe pressing up is fine. No, it's too hard. Yeah, we're gonna go fix that. Hey, Strawn, and hey, Zaletics. Get back to work and stop reading the message. Yes, yes, sir. I presume, sir. I don't know if I've ever confirmed that. I always just assume people will correct me. Dungeon piece 5. It's not 5. 6? 7? Ah, found you. Okay, this boost pad should be lowered to there. Or even just a half tile. I mean, nothing stops us from doing that. Yeah, let's just lower it a half tile. So -8. And dungeon player got modified. Wait, whoops. I didn't mean to put that there. Whoops, 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 whoops. The music is not supposed to be on the player. It's supposed to be on the dungeon racer scene. Yeah. I thought I was in the dungeon racer scene. Excuse me, I was not. So what happened here? We still have an audio stream. Yeah, just delete that. Roll back. Dungeon racer. This is add music. I still need to test that a little bit. Lower boost pad in room, like in a dungeon piece. This should make it so that players can just hold right in that room to zip through it. Hey, DevZone. Music on player. Yep. We could have a music player and a player. Now we don't have it. Ain't nothing from. Welcome back. Okay, so let's listen to the balancing between the games. This one's definitely louder. I think we need to raise it a little bit more. I wonder if we should have just leveled this in the source audio, because we can only, well, we can go up a lot, actually. This will hopefully be enough. Streaming Godokon. Is it in Boston right now? Maybe he had some internet problems, although I assume he would have reported that on Discord. See ya, coins. Yeah. And that's what I call speed. This feels good. There's like a popping sound, though. Are you guys hearing that? Like an audio crackle? All the coins catching up, you falling off the dungeon? Well, the coins will probably just fall off the dungeon. I think placing bombs should place it next to you, ideally. Yeah. No audio crackle? Okay, yeah, thanks for telling me. All right, let's write this down. Maybe in polish. Bombs should be placed one tile to the right of you so that you can blow up slimes more easily. All right, this is feeling pretty good. Let's go check that in. Add music to Dungeon Racer. We only have the non-endless theme so far. But yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so sound effects. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. Oh, we have to do it. All right, let's stop grumbling about it. Downloads, Leo. All right, let's go take a look. Let's collect up what we need. Is it loading? I gotta fix the build speeds. Is it loading? It is loading. Yeah, man. I gotta fix this. Okay, so just looking at this, we need probably... I don't know what footstep sounds. I always kind of wonder about those because they'd be annoying. Did A Link to the Past do it? Anyway, footstep sounds. Boost pads. Coin. Swing the sword. Hit an enemy. Enemy death. Player falling. Bomb exploding. Collecting a treasure. What else do we need? What isn't listed there? Oh, destroying a vase. Hey, Boilo. All right, boost pad, step sounds, coin, slime, getting hit. Did I write that down? Getting hit and losing coins. Maybe spikes. I don't know if the spikes should make a sound because there's going to be a lot happening on the screen at a time. Maybe placing the bomb as well. Hey, stats. Yeah, getting hit is there. The player damage sound. Maybe we want different sounds for different enemies. Enemy sounds probably need for slime, zombie, and the knight. We don't have the knight yet. Hey, Smith. Whoops. All right, vase. What? Oh, dashing. And I think that's it. I don't see anything else here as I'm just kind of going through quickly. Yeah, I mean, it's the same general enemies and everything. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Oh, there are switches. Yeah, pressing a switch. Maybe going down a staircase. Yeah, and then maybe completing the puzzle. Yeah, the vase I have written down. And I think that's everything. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Oh, this is a lot. So now we got to go find the sounds. So the footstep sounds we already have. Player footstep sounds are the step rock or whatever it's called. Step rock. Yeah, this. And what does this correlate to? Here. Yeah. All right, boost pads. Let's save this, by the way, so I don't lose this because it'd be really annoying. Sounds.txt. All right, boost. What do we even search for? Speed. This is probably too long. Imagine that playing every time there's a boost. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It needs to be some like very minor buff sound, probably. That sounds pretty good. We just play it a lot quieter, maybe. It's not bad. So that's one candidate at least. What else do we have? Just too loud, I think. Or not too loud, too long. Like, this is the length it needs to be, probably. But it doesn't really sound like you're hitting a boost pad, does it? Something similar to a slash. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's listen to some of these. This could work. Yeah, these could work. Yeah, this actually sounds perfect, I think. Jumpo 2. That could also work. I think that might be annoying, though. Hey, Pickle. Yeah, I think Jumpo 2. Let's use that. So, getting a boost from a boost pad. Collecting a coin. We already have this in the first game, right? What I call it there? Diamond? Yeah, collect diamond. What is this? Power up 01. All right, let's go find that. Power up 01. Does that sound good? Hello? Yeah, that's good. All right, swing sword. Swing sword, we should definitely have one for this. This is such a common video game thing. Where are the attack sounds here? I actually don't like any of those. There's some other ones here, though, like this. Yeah, these sound pretty good. They have slash. Sounds a bit too similar to dashing. Yeah, I have a dash sound effect in the first game. I got to look at what I did for that. I'm still not certain what I want for this. Do we have any other, like, sword sounds? Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so let's take both of those. Can you copy two of these at once? Yes. First attack. Where'd the second attack go? There it is. Second attack. All right, so hitting enemies. That could be the death sound. So, I mean, there could be a generic death sound. Like, okay, let's pull this in for now. So hit enemy sounds, hit slime, hit zombie. Do we have like a zombie sound? Sounds... Oh man, all right. Sure, let's take it. Hit zombie. I think they can just have hit sounds. Yeah, maybe that's good enough. Okay, player falling. Nah, it's got to be some like generic swooshing sound, I think. We have some of these maybe. Actually, you know what? We could use one of the debuff sounds. Where is that? Maybe one of those will work if I'm remembering correctly. Here it is. That's pretty good. It's also decent. Yeah, I think I like this one. All right, player falling, getting hit and losing coins. So getting hit. We have other games where you get hit. So we don't necessarily need a unique sound for this, but God, finding one of these is probably gonna be annoying. Also, should it depend on what hits you? Probably not. Hit. Yeah, any of these sound fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's use that. All right, bomb exploding. Do we have... Oh, that's a long sound effect for what we have. Maybe we search for, whoops, fire. Oh, there's explosion. That's what I should search for. Yeah, this sounds pretty good. Any of those would be fine. I don't think one sounds better than the other. That's loud. God. Yeah, so one of these three. Doesn't really sound like... Doesn't really sound like a bomb exploding, though. Maybe I should go back to searching for fire. Let's see. That sounds pretty good. That's too much. It's not bad either. Wait, let's copy this before I forget what I even had. I mean, this doesn't sound bad. I'd probably split it into 2 sound effects. So it's just the second part. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. All right, so we got to do some editing on that one. Just take the second part of the sound wave. All right, collecting a treasure. So we have something for open and opened a treasure chest. Open treasure chest is this. This is just like a tink sound, I think. So probably this one we want. Attack buff. You apparently can't search for that way, huh? All right, let's just search for it over here then. Home, downloads, Leo, pause, FF, this. Yeah, there it is. All right. For opening a treasure chest that has a lot of treasure, that sounds like what you might want. There's something called secret in here, I believe. It's too much. Yeah, that I want to use when you complete the puzzle in room 3. But where is this located? Show an enclosing folder. Oh, that's it? Yeah, I'll play a 7-second sound effect. All right, item maybe? I don't know. Special item? This is what yeah, that's what we looked at. Or treasure chest. Loot. Yeah, I think it's just use item in the sound names. No, it's pretty good. It's not great. Is this working? Collecting a treasure. Yeah, I'm on the fence about that. We could look for generic buff sounds that we have here. That's not bad either. It's kind of a generic sound. It doesn't sound like a fanfare. Jingles and fanfares. What do we have here? This is from Skeleseller. I mean, it's from probably a bunch of games now. This sounds better for getting treasure. Maybe we just stop it after a bit. There's a bunch of drums, though, so if I put drums in the music where you're listening to this, I think it'll be overpowering. Yeah. Yeah. if I should make something. I wouldn't do that today though. I could now. Clash of Clans vibes. Yeah, they might have been something similar used for that. Is there anything else we have here? No, that's it, right? What do I want to do? Water, earth, book, parchment, anything in here? I mean, this doesn't sound like you just got a cool new item. It sounds like you got a small new item. That's not bad. Any other like buff sounds? Power up? This isn't bad. What's the other one that I had? This? Whoops. Did that just play? Yeah. Yeah, I think this is better. Do we have anything else that I can use? That's not bad either. For getting an item? Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. Let's look at what else we have. This is also pretty good. Maybe we'll try them both out and see which one feels better. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's probably it, right? This could also be okay. Just the sound of taking an item. It's not a fanfare so much as it is like you're getting the item. Any other ones as long as I'm looking through quickly? No. I think that's probably it. We have a bunch of other attack sounds over here. Slash. These are magic weapons, though. I want just a general one. This stuff. Man, there are way more sound effects here. Slash, I look at these. Yeah, I got these. All right. All right, I'm happy enough with that. All right, breaking a vase. This is some like impact or hit. This doesn't sound bad. I don't want to use that necessarily yet. I want to see if there's like a break. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like that. All right, spikes. Let's just ignore that for now. Placing the bomb. Placing the bomb would be like some small impact sound or like a hit sound even. Probably none of these. No, where's the one that... There's the series of attack sounds and... Yeah, here. None of those. Push? No. Land? Yeah, any of these would probably be fine. Maybe this one. All right, placing a bomb. Dash. Like I said, dash we already used, so we just go find that. Dash. Platformer dash. Platformer dash is this. Human dash 1. This. How does it sound? Whoops. I'm not super happy with that, actually. Sounds like they're dashing on something. I'm sure I like any of these. This is kind of subtle. Let's start with that one. All right, pressing a switch. Lever, button. Fine. Make me search for it. Pressing a switch. No, it sounds like a bad sound effect. I mean, it could just sound like any of those. Could even just sound like this. I'll save this one. Let's shortlist it. I don't love it. Any better ones? That's not bad either. Shortlist that one too. Ooh, that's pretty good. No, never mind. Oh, sounds good for dashing. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. So which is better? This or this? Whoops. Yeah, I think I like this one better. Let's put a thumbs up there. Thumbs down for this one. Collecting a treasure, what do we decide? That or... Whoops. How are you copying the file location without right click? Alt Command C. So yeah, if you... The same thing you can do here, just, yeah, Alt Command C. I don't know which one of these I like better. I think we go with that one. Yeah, it's super helpful. Part of the sound wave. All right, what are we missing now? Going down a staircase? Is there... it sound like maybe like a falling sound? We don't have a proper falling sound. Or maybe we just play some step sounds of them descending. Yeah, we could just do that. Yeah. Just play like 3 of those, I think. Climb. No, yeah, I think just play some step sounds. Just play the, what's it called? Rock step? Something step? Step rock? Step rock. Just play step rock 3 times. And completing a puzzle in room 3. Okay, so we got all the sound effects, I think. Yeah, let's go get the path to step, what is it? Step rock. So I want it to be this combined with this. Well, all these to be absolute paths. Falling player getting hit, bomb exploding. Then update sounds.md to indicate the modification done. All right, collecting a treasure, breaking a vase, placing a bomb. All right, so now we're going to just give this entire thing to AI. Fade or fade to louder, give nice feedback. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see if it's worth the hassle of doing that. Oh, weird. This went away. Okay, so new work tree. It could work locally. I don't know. What am I going to be doing while this is running? I guess just going and organizing tasks. So yeah, let's do this in a new work tree. Actually, no, let's just do it locally. Do I have any changes? No, I don't. All right, so local. We're not running an extra fast mode. That's good. Below is a list of sound effects that I'd like to add for various events. Sound effect list. If the file name and extension already exists under, I guess, just audio, then use the existing file. If there's a, actually the thumbs up thing, who cares about writing an instruction for that? Let's just delete this. Yeah, I don't need to give another instruction to this. These sound effects are just for the Dungeon Racer game. In other words, if you see player footsteps sounds, there's no need to modify every game, just the Dungeon Racer. Hey, Middor Feb. What else? Ideally, that file should be moved to a... let's not even worry about moving the file, I guess. Yeah. All right, so anything else that we need here? I think that's probably it. Yeah, let's just have it plan this. No need to check the contents to see if the files are exactly the same. These sound effects are just for the Dungeon Racer game. In other words, if you see player footstep sounds, you don't need to modify every game, just the Dungeon Racer. Yeah, I think this is good. Is there anything else I need to say here? No, that's probably it. All right, so while it's doing that, And by the way, our starting AI use for today is 33%. Start of day, 33%. I'll probably use a reset today. All right, so now we got to find some other tasks that are sucky. Oh, man. I mean, today was originally called Polish Day, so we could just work on game polish. But yeah, let's pull in a few different tasks and just kind of see what we can do. I mean, filing this is a sucky task. Let's just put ZZZ here so I can get back to that. So this is done. Sucky tasks for today. This is a quick one. All right, what else? More subgame design AI tasks. Fixing Y sorting. Yeah. At least in the Dungeon Racer. Yeah, this is not a fun task. What else? This is finally time we do this. Isn't the top-down shooter? Top-down shooter running animations. Footstep sounds. Gonna do that for every single game we ever make. This I don't think we need. Turn on the door to the architect's office from the platform as you enter it. Yeah, it's a little bit of polish. That might be nice to do. Yeah, sure. This is done planning. May I inspect the provided BOM MP3 metadata so I can define the exact trim? Yeah, sure. Nice. Oh, also with checkpoint 3, plan some vacation. Maybe make a checkpoint planning checklist. Oh, man. Hey, Luna. So much fun to be had. Exactly 0. Actually, sometimes it's not too bad. A lot of these are tasks that I think have been lingering over me that I've passed up for some reason before, which generally means that they're not fun for me. Oh, you know what we should probably do is fix the build issue. Yeah. Ugh. We should probably do that earlier rather than later. Fix build performance by not scanning every single file for yarn info. I have a pinned AI chat about this. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. Actually, maybe this is another thing I should figure out is how do I get this thing to give me notifications even when I'm streaming? What even stops the notifications? OBS stop notifications? OS notifications? Missed the option all along? Simply check when mirroring or sharing display at the bottom of the window. Notification and focus within system preferences. Honestly, I don't know what it would do to allow every notification. Like, what notifications am I not seeing that I don't want to see? Hey, noob. Yes, exactly. Because I want the codex notifications. Another way I could do this is just show the dock all the time. And just, I don't know, put it on the side or something. Howdy, yo. No, I probably shouldn't do anything about this. All right, what else can we go pull in? Dialogue sound, super polish, controller glyphs. Do I thought I had this somewhere else on this list. Controller. Because I put this here. I don't know. We got a decent amount already. Maybe I just leave it at that. Oh, here it is. God, we have controller glyphs listed like everywhere, don't we? Make sure the text in the platformer has the controller glyphs added. The farming game apparently mentions controls via the dialogue, which may be harder to figure out how to set up. Trying to figure out how to get a notification when a task completes. No, how to get a notification when I'm streaming. So I think OBS turns off all notifications. Like if I'm not streaming, I get notifications correctly. But if I am streaming, I need to like hover over the bottom and then check this again to see that something is waiting for me. So I think I need to enable all notifications. And I don't know if that's a dumb idea. I shouldn't have anything private running. Oh no, Discord. Oh man. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. All right, how should the source clips be made readable for the implementation in BOM waveform? Sure, stage temporary copy. This is so stupid. How should the two pressing a switch clips be used for each pressure plate press? What? Did I put 2 in there? Because that was a mistake. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, my bad. All right, which one should we use? There's that. Both of these sound good. Which one sounds more like just standing on a switch? I think the push one. Yeah, we'll just use the push one. Just use this. And ignore the other one entirely. I have a custom notification hook and a custom notification bar. Yeah, I think something custom might be best to do for that. How do you detect that there's something waiting though? Because I can make the output, but how do you detect that you even have a notification basically? Please stage the pack, then confirm so I can inspect the BOM boundary and validate every source clip. Yeah, I forgot about this. This is what's so annoying about this stuff. It can't read these files. What is this? Ditto these to here, then select this. Yeah, this is fine. No luck. Yeah. It'd be interesting having a little codex widget that showed me my weekly usage remaining, how many notifications there are, and I could just like float that window over to my second screen. Now, granted, I could just float this window over, and that's practically the same thing. It's just the workflow is so much better when I'm not streaming. Maybe we add this in here. Make dashing work with both sets of shoulder buttons in the platformer game. That should be very easy to do. What else do we have? Consider adding a small visual joke to the farm zone map since people do tend to explore it. You know, like a sign. All right, this is not really actionable. I tried making it a little bit clearer. Let's see how new playtesters interact with it. All right, is this done? I didn't expect this to take this long. Run the copy command below, then confirm only after it completes. The command finished successfully, and this now exists. Are you kidding me? This is like the most wild thing. This is why I end up adding a lot of these resources first and then doing something with AI. Run the copy command below, then confirm after it completes. So it couldn't create this itself. Private temp codex SIVT GD. And ditto copy them in here. Into Leopause assets. Do they exist? No, they don't. It couldn't run this? Wow, weird. Fine, I'll run it. It's just copying all my assets over. There, copy completed. I don't know why it doesn't have access to my downloads. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, that might be my bad. Oh, God. I think. No. This is on my local SSD. It's not my external one. Right? Yeah. It's in my home folder. Never mind. I was going to say, I don't know if I gave it access to removable volumes, but that shouldn't be the problem that's happening right now anyway. Then presented a bulleted list with 3 questions. Well, it wasn't lying. You can't have 3 questions without having 2 questions. It's going to give you a Sphinx riddle now. All right, I don't know what it's doing about fading here. Yeah, maybe it's important. Let's just let it run. All right, so what else? Fix build performance by not scanning every single file for yarn info. Yeah, let's go look at this while we're waiting. So where is this at? Speed up game builds. And I had a note about this myself. Yarn generation disable all. Where is this? Here. Turn this on due to this issue. Poor performance. Yeah. By the way, did they ever respond to my last issue that I had here? They did not. Not mine? As in, this is just some other thing that somebody made? Is there a picture of this? I don't want it in my menu bar, though. I want just like a widget that's floating on my screen somewhere. But anyway, it is not super important. I don't mind just checking it for now. All right, so where'd that go? I need to go find that issue again. Here it is. Adds nearly 10 seconds of build times. I want to time how long the builds take. It's every single time, I guess. .NET build. Yeah, this is the thing I want. At least the first bit of this. So let's go over here and run this. I think you can just run time with it, right? I don't even need to do that, actually, now that I think about it. Because I'm timing everything automatically. It took 5.18 seconds. Do future builds take the same amount? No, future builds do not take the same amount. So I need to make a change. And then I need to... So if I just like save this file, is that good enough? It's not really a change. 3.64. Hey, Illusionary Moon. Hey, Adeo. Codex Config, there's a notify option where you can specify a path to a script that will trigger for the same event. When you have notifications, you can use AppleScript to spawn an alert. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I'll write this down. I did not know this. Do I already have this task on my list somewhere? I think I looked into it a while ago. Yeah, I deleted it. I thought I was just getting it through focus mode, but it's not. Actually, I should probably undo that at some point. All right, so what is this? Clearest easy win. Oh, no, this is wrong. It's this that I want. Yeah, perfect. Okay, add 16 Dungeon Racer specific sound IDs and trigger them from successful gameplay events. Reuse the 5 matching assets already under audio. Import 11 new ones. Leave all other subgames unchanged. Use existing file for rock steps, boost. I used the jump sound. Did I? Jump O2? What does this sound like? I don't remember where I used that, but sure. Get hit, treasure collection, do not duplicate them. Import 2 sword slime, blah, blah, blah. Import only push, exclude that one. Yep, trim this to that. Yep, that's fine. Add and register these. And preserve original pitch and volume for new cues. Give repeated rock steps. This, yeah, that's fine. Gameplay wiring. Play sounds only after boost, coin collection, etc. are accepted. Add footstep method tracks to all 4 walk and 4 run animations. Walk and run. I guess walking is very uncommon in this game. No, unless you get hit a bunch of times. Although it'll probably still be uncommon once we balance the game. Add broken and hit taken event to vases. Yep. Have slime spawner forward hit events. Current and future slimes. That's interesting. We could just give the slime an audio player. It doesn't really matter either way, though. And there's already the hit event. Or there's a death event, I guess. I don't play a specific death event when you kill something. I just play the hit event. And I think that'll be fine. During room initialization, subscribe it to vase, slime, zombie, etc. events. Play enemy hit sounds where we accepted a hit. Yeah. Play bomb placement after successful instantiation. Explosion when it reaches its existing explosion frame. Play treasure collection from both the bomb ability and endless. Yep, sounds good. Play that at 0, 0.5, 1.5, and 0.3. Sounds good. Play this immediately when the correct sequence is recognized. Awesome. Yep, sounds good. All right, verification I don't care about. And this is implementation only and will not be committed. And second part of the sound wave means a visually distinct second bomb burst. This is so cool. Yeah, this is so cool. I know it's being blocked by my camera right now, but Dungeon Racer continues using the existing non-spatial polyphonic audio system. Yeah, cool. Let's go implement that. All right. So next up, we want to fix this build performance thing. I just want to read about this some more. I wanted to time this. I don't know. Oh, maybe we can do a clean build every time. Yeah, that would probably help. How do we do that? .NET build clean. Clean command? You run clean first and then you build? Can you do it as part of build? Marks the build as unsafe for incremental, turns off incremental compilation, forces a clean rebuild. Yeah, this is what I want. So we want to run this without time. It doesn't really matter. And we do build no incremental and clear the screen. All right, so this should take however long the maximum amount of time is for building. It says 4.5 seconds. So there's probably some variance of like 10% here because it took 5 something seconds originally. 3.72, 3.62. I just want to get a few trials here and just see. Okay, so it's varying between 3.6 and 4.5. And now I want to go figure out how you enable this thing. Define constants. This was inside of this issue, right? Here it is. Can be added in your CS proj file. This will prevent you from using yarn command and yarn function. So do I use those? Yarn command. Defines 2 built-in commands, wait and stop. I won't be able to use wait. Okay, let's write this down. Strawberry. There's a built-in yarn command called wait. I want to go figure out what this is. Default actions are yarn spinner. It's probably just easier to find it through this. I want their C# repo here. And then I gotta go find yarn command. Where's wait? Here it is. Yeah, so this is the default. I don't think I can use this anymore. But I may have prevented myself from using this when I specified this thing to solve this issue. I still haven't even put this in my file yet. All right, so I got to copy this into, let's just read this really fast too. sibt.csproj. Where do defines go? Probably just anywhere. No, apparently not just anywhere. Element define constant not allowed here is not allowed here. All right, maybe in property group up here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we already have one. Oh, I already disabled YSLS. I need to disable all. What does YSLS mean? Yarn spinner language server. Let's just change this to all. I assume that encompasses YSLS. Should be able to find some information over here though, right? Disable all generation. Yeah, let's just take a look at where this is used. Yeah, they just return early here. There's probably some YSLS check down here. YSLS. Yeah, they check it down here. Okay, so then this should be sufficient. I just change this to all and delete this and try building again. And where it was taking 3.5 to 4.5 seconds, maybe it'll be a little bit faster now. 2.5. 2.3. Yes, this is much faster. 2.2. Okay, good. Yeah. But this makes it impossible for me to use wait, I'm pretty sure. How do I even test this? What's the first dialogue that happens? Hello, welcome to Moondrop Village. Yeah, this. So how do you call functions in here again? Show strawberry here. Okay, so if I call wait, is this impossible now? Wait. There's an argument with it. How do you specify arguments? Duration. All right, you probably just put a number afterward. Wait, 2. Maybe I can do it in the middle of this. Hello, wait 2. I don't know if that's possible. Well, let's try it. Actually, if this doesn't work, we won't know why it didn't work. Either because you can't just put random commands in the middle of this, or because I just compiled it out. So we got to go to the farming game and then just speed this up. But not too much, because we got to see if there's a wait there. So there, we slowed down now. No, so it did not slow down in the middle of that. And we don't actually, the third problem is, it just says how long to wait. Is that in seconds? Create timer. Yeah, this is in seconds. So let's put it here. How did I do this for show strawberry? Maybe I put it at the beginning. Wait 20. Or wait 200 or something. I still don't think this is going to have any effect. Because we just compiled this out. I just didn't know if they cut the default one. They probably don't. They probably just don't scan anything. And this just does literally nothing. Oh, there's a no command wait was found. Yeah, okay. So we just needed an add command handler. That's probably fine. All right, this is where I left off. Let's just remember this for when I come back from my break, because I got to step away from my computer and relax my eyes. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello, hello. Hey, Raj. Hey, ABC. Close the game. Okay, so where we left off was testing this out. Yeah, we cannot use this anymore. So I should say this in my notes. Oh, yeah. Let's put this in here. Actually, I disabled all generation, all source generation, thanks to this issue. Just change this in the csproj file to this. This prevents you from using all yarn commands, all functions annotated with yarn command, including the built-in wait. You can still register them yourself via, oh, what's it called? Add yarn command. Add command handler. All right, so if I go delete my change and I go into the part of the game where you're supposed to show a strawberry, as long as you can still show a strawberry, it should work fine. How am I supposed to know the position? So if you're talking about like what angle you jump at, hang on one sec. All right. So you're talking about what angle you jump at. J0 is straight up. And then positive numbers are to the right. And negative numbers or using the letter L is to the left. And it's just degrees from the plane over here. So 90 is way over here. This makes no sense to do. And negative 90 makes no sense to do because you're basically jumping parallel to the floor. So yeah, in general, you usually want jumps that are in like this general range. All right, what are we doing here? Closing this stuff, I guess. Closing this. Oh, I never closed the game. Well, we're going to. Come on. Come on. There we go. Did I finish writing these notes? Yeah. Doing this sped up my builds from like 3.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds after accumulating 4 months of code. Okay, so I think we're done with this. Oh, wait, yeah. I may be able to call add command handler to use it again, though. And then I wanted to test out the pulling out a strawberry code flow. So let's go try that. Should be very easy. I have a cheat that gets me right back to it. Change to farming game. Free play. Go harvest a strawberry. It's going to take a while, isn't it? Let's just speed this up. Oh my god. I really need some way to skip all this. Alright, now, do I take out a strawberry? I took out a key? That's a bug, but it's not technically possible for you to hit this bug. Because you can't have the key before you've shown them strawberries. So yeah, anyway, it's working. We can call functions. That's at least all I needed. And is this done now? What else do we have? Build the SIABT project rather than complete development solution. Also contains both tools. Starting game concept with a command line startup argument. You run current scene, Virginially standalone scenes. Interesting. It's really a large strawberry. That's right. You're growing them on your farm. All right. So yeah, we should be good. Let's just go try the game and see if everything works. Yeah, we should have sounds for everything. It might sound, I don't know, some of them might sound out of place. Some might be too loud. So we'll need to test all this stuff out. Wow. Sounds kind of funny. Yeah, this is pretty good. What about the falling sound? Yeah. All right, so treasure chest, we need a sound when you open it. I definitely should have realized that. Sound when opening a treasure chest. What else? The vase sound is a little underwhelming. Change sounds. The vase sound isn't super convincing. Maybe find a CC0 sound online. Increase the boost pad sound. Volume of boost pad sound. What other sounds do I need to test? I have not hit a slime yet. I also haven't put down bombs. That sounds pretty good. Now let's hit a slime here. Pretty good. Does it make a sound when it hits me? Why do I keep hearing jingles for the coins? Maybe tone down the coin sound a little bit? Yeah, maybe just a tiny bit. Turn down volume of getting a coin. Need a sizzle? Yeah, we could add one. A sizzle for the bomb fuse. Yeah, God, that sounds annoying now. There should also be a pitch shift on that, probably. All right, let's make some of those changes already. So opening a treasure chest, I think it should make the same clink sound that we make from the... What am I doing? Sound ID, open treasure chest. Open is the clink sound, I believe. Let's make sure of that. Unequip. It's got to be. It's called unequip, right? Yeah. It makes it sound like you have a key, though. Right? Nah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so we want to play this when you open the treasure chest. Let's go find the treasure chest. Treasure chest.cs. Here it is. On body entered, sprite dot play. Do we have an audio system here? No, we don't. We just play the open animation. Yeah, this has to indicate like started opening invoke. Started opening. Now, whatever listens to open should also listen to this now. Oh, drat, it's two different places. All right. Reverse directions. Let's just give this the audio system. No, this doesn't have the audio system either. Oh, fine. Fine, whatever. Started opening plus equal audio system, play sound, sound ID, open. I hope I did that right. Now, same thing in room 4. Actually, no, not same thing in room 4, right? All right, I'll just write this in my cleanup code for now. I don't like that we initialize treasure chests from 2 locations. It should probably all be done from the dungeon, from Dungeon Racer.cs. This is stupid. Yeah, alternatively, we should feed the audio system into the treasure chest so that it can make its own sounds. Yeah. Dungeon Racer CS room 4. There should be, yep, here it is. Started opening treasure chest on started opening treasure chest. Yeah, and then the same thing with sound ID dot whatever's on my clipboard. Yeah, this should be extracted into its own function. Done. Cool. So we added one sound effect. Let's go try it. Is the bomb falling down or hover when the floor falls down? It falls down. Unless it's already exploded. All right, let's listen to this. Nice. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's go find out what else we need to do. Sizzle for the bomb fuse. We might not have an easy... I doubt we have like sizzle or something, right? Yeah, we probably just have to search for fire. That doesn't really sound like a fuse, right? And I don't know if we have any other looping sounds for fire. We have this one. It just sounds like a torch. Like a fuse is a higher pitched sound, right? No. I don't know about any of these. Okay, that could work. Yeah, this could work. I think we could just pitch shift it to be higher. Let's open this on Audacity and listen to that. Whoop. All right, effect, pitch, change pitch. Let's just increase it some arbitrary amount. Nah, it doesn't sound great. Yeah, let's skip this one for now. All right, bass sound isn't super convincing. All right, so CC0 sounds. I found some. Where have I found some? Let's just go look at Sounds MD at the provenance of these. Oh, sound effects here. That's it. Well, these are open, right? Vase. This is art. I want music or sound effects. I mean, sound effect. Uncheck all of these boxes and search. Nothing. Okay, let's search for break. Glass break. It's not really glass. It's like clay or something. Oh no, that will not work. No. Nah, I don't want any of this. Pixabay maybe. Breaking a Vase remix. Okay. Sounds terrible. What? This is like a digitized thing. This isn't my speakers, right? Okay, that sounds better. Okay, no. It was just my speakers, I think. Hey, Pretzel. So the problem with this is that this sounds very high fidelity. Might sound out of place. I did not have any stomach pain last night, thankfully, but I did take like an hour to get to sleep. Part of the problem is I am a lone sleeper. So the cat, when she tries to cuddle with me, is nice when I'm awake. And then when I'm trying to sleep, I'm like, no, everything must stop touching me. And Abby was just like, but I want to be warm. I want to be right next to you. So that didn't help. Yeah, I mean, this sounds good. It's too high fidelity. What a selfish cat, I know. All right, I don't know what to do. Yeah. I don't think we have a great sound for this. It's not bad. Let's just keep it for now. Maybe we could just pitch shift it downward. Maybe that'll help. What did I even use? Vase. Alchemy glass break. Yeah, let's go find that. Am I a light sleeper? Yeah, I'm a pretty light sleeper. Okay, effect, pitch, lower. Not enough room to paste the selection. What? Is that better? I don't think it's better. Maybe very slightly. Is there something else we could do here? Maybe just low pass and cut out some of the higher frequencies. No, that sounds bad. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Try a higher frequency on the low pass. I mean, if I set this to like 9999, it's going to be the original sound, right? It sounds too tinny. I don't know. I mean, we're trying to get a glass breaking sound to sound like a clay breaking sound. You know, I feel like it's pretty hard to find sound clips for exactly what I want here. Sound effects. Free for commercial use. What's in here? Card and board, combat, gore, environmental. I mean, this is just totally free to use. We could just go look at this. Then again, I guess I could just read the file names. I should probably just download this anyway, though, right? Yeah, I should probably download this. Hey, Sparfles. Search ceramic break on here. Well, we have good sounds of vases breaking. It's just they sound too high fidelity for a video game. Even that's good. Yeah, they're not bad. They just don't fit the rest of what I have here. Let's download this. Yeah. I would be fine paying if we use enough of these. Well, let's see. These are very large sounds, huh? Card and board, environment, footsteps. Yeah, let's just expand them all. That's probably a better way to do this. All right, what do we got here? This has almost the right effect. Not quite right, though. Door closed, gurgling, water, zipper, footsteps, human, items. This is pretty good. I should probably write a note about this somewhere. Let me just write this down. Write a note about this pack somewhere. There are some good sounds in here. A bit crusher plugin. I don't think I have one. I don't think I have any extra, but there might be something in here maybe. Yeah, I think I would need something interesting. I think I need to download something else. I guess I could run it through FL Studio. Kilohertz has one. I will take a look through here first, and then, yeah, maybe we go that route. Materials. Do we have breaking something? They have ceramic jar closed and open. I want to break the jar. Why couldn't they have broken it? Oh, man. Pottery clang? It's so close. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't see anything here. There, Amy. Send pottery clang to me. It could work well. Make sure you just want it sounding less HQ. Wait, pottery clang, though, did not sound good, right? Where's that? I want it to be like a shattering sound. I guess what I want is... Where'd that go? Here. Something like this. Nope. Vase break. Something like this, maybe? This still sounds like glass, though, right? Maybe clay break? Breaking a clay pot. Maybe we can use this. Is this CC0? Is everything on the site CC0? Where is the license? Free for use under Pixabay content license. Cannot sell or distribute on a standalone basis. Use it more legally. Yeah, this is the same as what we use for everything else. Well, close as in like it's pottery. It's just not the right sound. Like they also had some vase open or something. I forgot what it was. It's going pretty well. I've been just doing sound effect stuff for like an hour and a half mostly. And I think it's pretty important for making a game feel like a game, but I just always find it tedious. And this in particular, we're trying to find a better sound for breaking a vase than what we have in the game. The one in the game just sounds, it just sounds off. Like, take a look. Man, it feels like builds actually take longer now. All right, over here. It's just not impactful enough. Yeah. If I kicks. You just pitch the sound down. I tried. I didn't think it sounded great. Could even make this work with what the bass sound I already had. I mean, I could just use this, right? Does that sound better? All right, let me just send this to a Pressel. Sure. So what is it? Alchemy glass break? Oh, other folder. It's in here. What else do we have here? All right, so copy this. A Pressel. There we go. He just sent back virus.exe, double clicking, uploading Bitcoin, and done. Cool. All right. So that's what bit crushing is. Now I know. Breaking my clay pot and recording it. You only get one shot at it. All right. Well, what other changes did we want to make here? Increase volume of boost pad sound. All right. All sound data boost. Volume 1.3. Also, I do want some pitch shifting on here, like 0.8, 1.2. Collect coin. Yeah, this is too loud. Too loud. Here we just change the pitch. I think we also need to lower this a tiny bit. I wonder if we just lower it in this game too. Top-down shooter collect upgrade. For upgrades, it's maybe less obnoxious than for coins. But yeah, I would like to also lower the volume a little bit because you collect way more of these in this game. All right, what else do we have? Turn down volume. We did this. Increase boost pad sound. Yeah, we did that. All right, let's go try it. Don't have high expectations. Just trying. Okay, yeah, sure. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like I did increase the build time somehow. This is taking a long time to start up. That could be timed a little bit better. Yeah, that sounds better. Nice. Coins are still obnoxious. I want to turn this down a lot more. I wonder if it's annoying to me in the top-down shooter as well. I should go try that. I wonder, maybe we just use a different coin sound. I just downloaded that new pack. Maybe use that one. All right, that's better volume-wise for sure. Rooted based on the one you have right now. I mean, just like a clay pot breaking. whatever you do is probably fine. Yeah, I think a fuse sound would be good for this. Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm not gonna be able to make it. We're barely moving. I need more coins. Our base is down here. Nice. Yeah, we do need the fuse. Hey, we can finally move fast again. Man, this dash is super powerful. You can still dash into coins, right? Yeah. Alright, now we're moving at a normal speed again. Oh, there's a problem with dashing and then hitting a boost pad at the end. Yeah, that's a problem. I gotta write that down. Dashing eventually calls clear dash, I believe. Clear boost, I think. Yeah, clear boost. Where do we call this from? A bunch of different places. How do you, what's the shortcut for this again? Shift. Okay. Set input enabled. What is this? Play death animation. That's fine. Play falling animation. That's fine. Hurt animation is fine. Reset for new run. Wait, we don't call this here? End dash. Oh, that's what I'm probably thinking of. Well, anyway, dashing such that you hit a boost pad toward the end doesn't allow the boost to take effect. Yeah, I'll check my Discord DMs in a sec. Hang on one sec. Because there was something else I wanted to write down. Oh, what was it? There's some other problem I ran into. Oh, right, the top-down shooter. I gotta test that. See if the upgrade collection sound in the top-down shooter is too loud. I lowered it from 100% to 70% for the Dungeon Racer. All right, let's go get this file. Thank you, Oppressor. Okay, so here are the two sounds. All right, let's download it and try it out, I guess. And if we end up using it, I will give you a point and we'll give you credit. Hey, Goose, 205 streams. My goodness. All right, let's go figure out where we're putting this. Right there. Sounds, Dungeon Racer, paste, test clay v2, alchemy, glass. So we just put this here and we try it out. Let's have a listen. Try mine. Oh, I didn't realize you also sent me something. I see it's a video of Raimi holding a vase. I'm not going to play this right now. But I will watch this later. I sure hope you didn't throw it. Hey, Magnus. All right, so vase time. get another vase. Here we go. Yeah, I think it's good. I think we'll use it. I want to do some pitch shifting on it anyway, though. So let me give it Pressel a point. No, I don't think we need to do too much more here. Let's delete the alchemy glass one. Where is that? There it is. Alchemy glass. Okay, so that one's gone. Oh yeah, we do need to add a fuse sound. Add fuse sound for the bomb. It's just too jarring without it. So test clay v2. Let's rename this. Pressel clay. There, you're now in the code base. Now what happened here? Why is this red? What is going on? Why is this red? Huh, weird. All right, so now we go to sounds.md and we write this down. Provenance, Pressel clay. Pressel ran. Where did this go? Here, alchemy glass break. Through some filters. Bit crusher, question mark. Oh yeah. Bit crusher, EQ, pitch shift. Okay, cool. And a crypto miner. All right, so now in all sound data, we're gonna go change this to be very slightly pitch shifted every time you break a vase. There we go. Yeah, virus. Yeah. You can really hear the data extraction. You can really hear my childhood street name I grew up on inside the audio file. Oh, let's listen. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's not raise it too much. Let's just do the lowering. So minimum pitch 0, maximum pitch 1, which is the default, so it'll just get deleted. Did I randomize it? I randomized it slightly, yeah. So now it'll go from 80% to 100%. But I think going beyond 100% sounded bad. Anyway, bomb fuse. Can we find a simple one for this? Where did that new pack go? Whoops. 400 sounds pack. Does this have some like fire or a fuse or something? Fire lighting? No. Materials. No. Musical effects. Other. Wait, what was that? Light match? Okay, that part could work. Yeah, that part could work. All right, open that on Audacity. Enable leave. How goes the nerding? It's going well. Oh, that's a really cool. Look at that, like perfect sine wave in there. Not really perfect, but. Yeah, I think we just take that. So trim out this bit and just save that. Export audio to WAV file. We'll call this bomb fuse. And now we gotta go find that file. Bomb fuse. Okay, then we put this into here. Bomb fuse sound ID. All right, Dungeon Racer bomb fuse. Okay, so sound, let's pitch shift it a little bit, maybe not too high. Volume, I don't know. Let's listen to it in the game. And then we play this after you've placed the bomb. So bomb.cs. Something creates this. I guess it's the player. Try take bomb hit. Can place bomb. Okay, let's search for that. Can place bomb. Add child here. Okay, so do we have an audio system here? Yes, we do. So yeah, let's just do bomb dot, or not bomb dot, play sound. Audio system dot play sound. All right, let's see. That might not sound good. We might need to wait a tiny bit. Hey, lights faded. You're late to the joke. Noob already asked about vacuums. Hey, Sean. And thanks, Bressel. I probably don't need to do anything extra with it. All right, so let's listen to this. I think it should wait just a tiny bit before playing that sound. In fact, you know what it should probably do? We should probably just put the tiny delay into the sound. Isn't there a silence generator? Generate silence, yeah. I don't know how long. Oh, that's 30 seconds, I think. I thought that was 30. Okay, my bad. Definitely not that long. Generate silence. Maybe half a second? Is that even half a second? That's not. What are the units on this? All right, let's just trim out some arbitrary part of this and just export directly over the original. Yeah, I'm just going to browse to this. Why is this dialogue totally different? Dungeon Racer, bomb fuse dot wave, save. All right, export, replace. All right, let's go try that. Hey, Synapse. Create a one-to-one copy of your game with source code assets and more, releasing the Steam page now. Gotta give me all the money then. Yeah, so a tiny bit less delay. Maybe just trim out like that much. We're doing this very scientifically, as you can see. And oh, also the treasure sound. That's what I wanted to do. The treasure sound should play just a bit sooner, probably. I should probably also add some pitch shifting and everything. Make sure practically everything is pitch shifted in the Dungeon Racer. The room soundtrack is so nice. Thank you. Yeah. It took a lot of work. It wasn't actually too bad compared to some of the other tracks that I have. And wasn't there something else I wanted to do here? I don't know. We're gonna just spend all morning on sound effects. Now, what we could do is we could slow it down just a little bit. So we take all of the non-silence parts of this. So like here to here, and do effect change speed or change tempo, I guess. And we just drag it out a little bit longer, like that maybe. That sounds horrendous. I think I want this one. Speed multiplier 1.5. Wait, is that make it faster? Yeah, I meant to the other way around. Whoops. 0.67. Isn't there a way to change the speed without changing the pitch? thought it was. I mean, it has to be one of these. What is Paul stretch? Stretch factor. 1.3. It's not bad. Weekly quota just randomly reset. Did it just randomly reset? Oh, nice. Yeah, I burned through a ton of quota yesterday. But yes, they are doing this. There's some website like Codex Reset website. Where is it? I can't remember the URL. Yeah. Hey, Artifacts, what you working on? And hey, Chili, I'm working on a game called Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. I'll show you the brief overview of it. Still gotta figure out what I want to do with this bomb fuse thing. Hey, Twitch Dog. All right, here is our terrible title screen. It's been almost 4 months that I started working on this game. And I really like the idea of it. Let me just accept this and go in. So you're going through different, what I'm calling sub games. You can kind of think of them as mini games. They're not really supposed to be like standalone fun games. And they're all tutorials and they're all broken in some way. So the very first game is this one, and the way it's broken is like super obvious to players once they get to here, which is that this floor is fake. And you just fall through the world. You fall for like 5 whole seconds. So this is your first taste of subverting expectations in the game. It's still a platformer at this point. There are no enemies or ways to die here. There's no real danger. I'll just let this play out. I did try to change tempo, yeah. How many sub games do I have so far? We are at 5. Not fully completed ones, but like, you know, pretty close. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is sub game number 2. And this is to kind of play out the whole confusion of like, what's going on here? Where am I? So, yeah, we've been working on this dungeon racer game. This one is supposed to just be like a Zelda game. And the way that it's broken is after, you know, doing your little dungeoneering through 3 or 4 rooms, you eventually, I'll just go here. You eventually get a treasure chest with bombs. That did not make an opening sound. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Alright, and then you go try to bomb this wall over here. But the entire dungeon explodes. And then it changes game styles to an endless runner kind of game. Oh, almost hit those spikes. And the music should change. I just haven't composed more music for this yet. Oh, we can now be intangible as we dash. No. No. At least the coin sounds attenuate. So the treasure chest in room 4 doesn't play the sound at all for opening. Maybe we just speed up the bomb animation to time it with the fuse sound instead of slowing down the fuse sound to time with the bomb animation. Now we're gonna have a lot of zombies on the screen. Let's see if we can kill them all with this spike. Oh man. Great. Where's the treasure room now? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Man, those zombies just like close the gap really quickly. All right. Yeah, I like the assets a lot. Organizing an indie dev conference for the last year, run September 11th to 12th. Oh, cool. Where are you hosting it? I'm not generally a conference kind of person. They reset it sometime around now, so I'm back at 100%. Yeah, did they? Well, who's the guy? I always forget the guy's name. Tebow? Did he usually tweets about this stuff? 10 million users. Weren't they just at 8 million like a week ago? Yeah, I guess that's what they're commenting on too. Wait, but seriously, they like just talked about 8 million users. Where did that happen? Where? Here, July 14th. Yeah, in 1 week, they expanded by 25%. It's kind of crazy. I wonder if something happened. Like, did Claude mess something up and it pushed a bunch of people to Codex? Or what, are people just like spreading the word? Oh, cool, artifacts. Is there a website? Yeah. You should share the website. All right, so there is no chest opening sound in room 4. Indie Rodeo. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it this afternoon. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really a conference person myself, so I wouldn't go, but I wish you the best of luck. It's really cool to organize something like that. And I think indie devs are probably going to need something like this. AI is just going to change so much. And I mean, even if indie devs get on board, it probably means there's going to be like double the number of games that are released every year starting pretty soon. One is speaking out of nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I imagine it's a ton of work to do that. All right, so we have the fuse for the bomb sound. I think bombs are a little hard to use right now anyway. So yeah, let's speed up their animation just a little bit. Let's see if that feels better. Bomb. So right now it's playing at 8 FPS. What if we play it at 10 FPS? Yeah, that probably feels a little bit better. So we sped it up by 25%. And does that make the sound a little bit better? It says initializing debugger, and this seems to take longer than compiling does. Should probably figure that out. We gotta make this sound take a little bit longer. Gotta get back to building websites for Nissan. Pop an alert. Oh yeah, take care. Like I said, good luck. That's awesome. Okay, so we gotta write down the provenance of this sound as well. This is what, bomb fuse? Whoops. Oops, did not mean to do that. How do I get out of this mode? There we go. So this came from here. What did I use from here? Light match. Took light match from here and ran some filtering on it myself. Edited out the lighting part. Lengthened the audio. All right, the problem is lengthening the audio. So Audacity, increase or like decrease speed without changing pitch. Change tempo, sliding stretch. Okay, yeah, so I just messed up how I did this, right? Effect, change tempo. There's no sliding stretch, right? Minus 33. It just sounds like it was run through a filter. Maybe we just lower it a little bit? Nah, I don't like that. Yeah, it's not bad. What is this at the end? Oh, just a part I didn't no, let's just cut that. Okay, let's try exporting that. I mean, I only changed it by 15%, right? The odds of this sounding like it just works now are pretty slim. What's going on? It's like it tried launching the game, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. I think we just changed the pitch shifting now. All sound data. So like 0.9. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, there's like a million other tasks to do though, right? Add sound effects. So we're still working on this. Treasure sound should probably play a bit sooner. Let's go listen to that. Because yeah, opening the chest sounds fine. Then treasure popping out doesn't seem like it's synchronized. Oh, couldn't initialize the gamepad. All right, I'll just walk over there. Wait, how do I... I think I only made a shortcut for the gamepad. Fine, quit, replay. I need that error to not happen. I wonder if I can just plug in the gamepad again when that happens. All right, here. It's not bad. No, let's just leave that as is. I think it's fine. All right, so make sure everything is pitch shifted. Let's go do that. Let's just use the default for all of these. Default being, you know, my own little added in defaults like this. All right, so sword attacks. The player falling, maybe just very slight pitch shifting because you won't hear this very often. The player getting hit, sure. Player collecting treasure. That, if we're going to change it all, should be very slight. Placing a bomb. Dashing. A slime getting hit. I want to lower the volume on this a little bit. Volume 0.8. This is kind of loud. Zombie getting hit. I think that sounded mostly fine. The bomb exploding. Yeah, maybe we do like a very slight pitch shift on that. The vase breaking. Pressing a switch. I didn't even test that. Yeah, we got to test that out. Completing the puzzle. That sounded fine. Okay, yeah, let's go try this. I also did not listen for step sounds. Are those even playing? I didn't even listen. So we got to go to the room 3 and try this out. Phone just stops working. Yeah. Every once in a while, my wife calls me on a certain route, and there's like times where the phone just dips out. And it's frustrating because like I want to talk to her, and there's no way to avoid that route. What are we doing? We're going here. Yeah. Yeah, we do have footstep sounds. Wow. Awesome. Wow, that sounds great too. Yeah. All right, let's listen for the switch. That's incredibly quiet. We need at least double the sound of that. Volume 2. Okay, let's skip to room 3. We actually can't skip there. Let's get myself max coins. Alright, so when you complete this puzzle, it should make a sound. Okay, it did. It's pretty quiet. Volume 1.5. Now let's try that. Yeah, definitely looks like it's a real game. Right, let's snooze the ads again. I should take a break pretty soon. Oh, wait. There is no sound for going down the staircase, right? It's not working. You can hear it. It doesn't necessarily sound like the right sound effect. Bombs sound great, though. That is still way too quiet. By like a factor of 2. 3. Oh, no, it is playing the sound for going down the stairs. It's just... It's something you tune out because it's your footstep sound. Yeah, that doesn't play an opening sound. Will those coins ever make it? Or will I outrun them? Let's get them. Oh, I don't have dash. Oh no. A bunch of coins. And now I can dash. Yeah, this feels really good. Swing and a miss. Oh wow, it's pretty cool, Magnus. I'm just playing to have fun at this point. Which I really shouldn't be. Should be taking my break. Alright, let's try going and getting the next treasure chest. Oh, they just died to the spikes. Huh, I cannot find another treasure room, huh? No, I cannot. Wait, seriously? Here we go. Coin magnet level 2. Look at him go. Oh my god. Yeah, there's some funny things that happen in this game, at least in my opinion. Here we go. Level 3. Nobody needs that. Alright. We're done doing that. So I really should test this. Let's go skip over to that. Room 2, scene path. We'll just set this to room 3, so it'll teleport us there. And try this out. I want to hear if the secret sound is loud enough now. And then I'm taking a break. We're not going to just keep doing this. Gotta relax my eyes. Alright, so we go to this. Then down the stairs will now bring us right to room 3. Where we solve the quote-unquote puzzle. Yeah, that sounded pretty good. Also, lowering the amount of time it takes for bombs to explode was a really good idea. And we might even want to make it a little faster than that. Yeah, maybe even like one. I'll do that after the break. Yeah, make bombs even faster. Then the fuse sound will be better too. Make bombs animate slightly faster. It'll line up with the fuse sound and make them easier to use. Okay, I'll be back in just a bit. Is it jump time? Does it think it is? No. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello, hello. Close the game. Empty code. Do you make your own art? I'm just starting out and it's pretty uncomfortable to draw things on my own. I don't know. Asset packs and hire artists. Yeah, but I think the just starting out, like if you're interested in making art, I think it is good to just start learning it. I was never really all that interested, or rather, let me put it this way, I guess. When I think of game dev as the broad categories of like code, art, music, and game design, I guess, I'm like, okay, I want to be good at this and this and this. And because there are enough other categories, I just never pursued art. I don't know. I I like believe there's some amount of talent that goes into things, but I also just think a lot of it comes down to practice. And even talented people to sort of compete on a global scale need to practice. But I would probably need a lot of practice, is what I think. And it's not something that naturally interests me. And yeah, like I said, there's just so much other stuff to do. It's like any hour I would put into art, I'd probably just rather put into music or game design and get better at those skills. But if that looks different for you, if you're like, well, I never want to touch music, but I would like to learn art, I think it helps you iterate a lot faster. And art in that sense is more important than music, because for music you can find something that's like suitable enough and it's not going to block your game. In fact, you can make a lot of your game with no music, but you can't make a lot of games with no art. And placeholder art is just harder to sort of envision what the final thing will look like than placeholder music. All right, make bombs animate slightly faster. I'm glad I wrote that down because I forgot. Let's just set it to 11 FPS. How many frames do we have before the explosion? 19. So at 11 frames per second, it's about 1/6 of a second. So anyway, let's let this play out. It doesn't matter what I calculate here because we just need to see how it feels to use the bomb. It feels pretty good. I might delete a tiny bit of the silence at the beginning of the track. Yeah, it's still hard to time it with hitting a zombie. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, this was a great change. Technically unrelated to what I was originally trying to accomplish here. All right, let's go check in some things. Bomb.tscn, we changed the speed and we got a different UID. Speed up bomb animations. This makes them easier to use, and once I commit the sound effects, it will make them line up better with the fuse sound. Then I also changed the CS proj file. Where is that? Did I check that in already? I don't remember doing that. I don't remember doing basically anything. What is going on? Add music. Speed up bomb animations. No, what? Did it not take? CS proj. Oh, it's not there anymore. What happened? And what happened here, by the way? It deleted. I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't care about any of these. These are just random spaces at the end. That doesn't matter. But this line definitely matters. Disable all yarn source generation. This should speed up build times. Do I need to reopen this or something? Or maybe reopen this? Reload. It's not deleting that, is it? No. Bomb feels slow. Yeah, it still feels a little bit slow. I might still speed it up further. Excuse me. All right, so everything else should just be sound stuff, right? What's this? You're already transitioning rooms. Don't transition rooms again. Where is this new? It's not new. Interesting. Just to prevent us from playing the sounds multiple times. This is fine. I'm not super convinced that playing the sounds like that even is the best, but it's decent. And it room sounds, sound events. This is for room 4. This calls on everything underneath it too. Ooh, I don't like this at all. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I don't want to do this anymore. We'll add it to my cleanup tasks. Should be replaced in favor of passing the audio system to all of those objects so that they can play their own sounds. Yeah, I'm not going to change that now. It works. That's fine for now. But I don't like that code. Collect treasure. Okay. Pretty good. Audio system, init, save it off. Play the boost sound, play the collection sound. For coins, yeah. Yeah, oh, that's fine. Then we added in step sounds in here. That's also fine. Play puzzle complete. Looks good. Yep. We might not even need these anymore. Hit taken and slime hit. What is this? This is slime. This is slime spawner. Yeah. Hit taken and slime hit may not be needed in that case. Is the spacing on this weird? What happened there? No, it's just a diff thing. Why is this like... Oh, okay. Firebomb, sure. Yeah, this is me doing this. Is anything hit taken, broken, I guess, on the base? Hit taken, slime hit, broken, etc. may not be needed in that case. Yeah. And then these are just sound files, right? Yep. Okay. Let's check them all in. Add sound effects to Dungeon Racer. That's done. That's done. That we gotta fix. I mean, today's Sucky Tasks day, and that's a sucky task. So, yeah, I guess let's go do that. No chest opening sound in room 4. This is part of the whole treasure chest opening the way that they do is stupid. Yeah, we should probably just fix this now. Okay. Let's go find this. This is what listens for all these things? Yeah, I just rather they have their own sound effects. Yeah, with an init here. I think that makes more sense. No, let's update this first. And while I'm waiting for this, did I get another bankable reset? No, I did not. All right, so let's do this in a new work tree, Dungeon Racer. I'll try. You know what? Let's just try using medium and see where that gets us. Like, does it do a bad job? I should test this before I just start messing up stuff. Okay, so I don't like how init room sound effects iterates recursively over every child. Instead, I think we should initialize those scenes with an audio system so that they can play their own sounds. and then hit take in whatever else. Like, is this used for anything beyond that? This one is. That's fine. This one is used for that. And yeah, I don't think this is used for anything else then. It's just for playing audio. Okay. If this results in unused event actions, remove them. E.g., they stop broken. All right, so that's probably a good change to make. But I kind of want to add this in too. We initialize treasure chests from 2 locations. Shall be done in Dungeon Racer. Room 4 has its own initialization here. And I don't even think this works. Yeah, something's wrong with this. Something is wrong with this. Let's just put a breakpoint there. Hey, Campbell Soup. Any thoughts on having the slimes respond to getting hit, like pushing them away from the player and such? I don't think I want them to do that. They're supposed to be like a dumb enemy that just keeps moving in a single straight path. But we could potentially do it. So this plays here. We should hear a sound. Yep. Good. And then same thing in room 4. Oh, we can't do that. This does not play a sound, which means I didn't listen for this correctly. I might be setting this up too soon. Hey, Banana. What's your opinion on observables or reactive programming? I think I need to know the exact definition of reactive programming, because when I hear observables, I think of the listener pattern, which I think is fantastic. But I don't know if reactive implies two-way binding or something. But anyway, yeah, as far as using something like a signal or an event, I think it is fantastic. And I think it generally helps decouple your classes from one another. You know, imagine you have a coin and you just have a collected event. Now your game would know about your coins, but your coin doesn't need to know about what's collecting it. So it doesn't need to be aware of like players or something. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is exactly what you're talking about anyway. Let me look this up. Reactive X. Yeah, I haven't used whatever this is. Let me see. Where do they talk about this? All right. Core data type of reactive programming. In my experience, once you understand what an observable is and isn't and what it does. This is a very verbose blog post about this. Function which takes an observer and returns a function. Oh man, this person would do very well to cut out like 14 paragraphs in this post. I'm reminded of that. Who was it? I think it was Mark Twain who said something like, I would have written a shorter letter, but I didn't have the time. I think you're going to write something that the internet is supposed to consume, like trim it down for people. He's in primarily in WPF apps to remove the annoying duplication of initial UI setup code and UI update code. Yeah, I haven't used ReactiveX, and I haven't done web dev in a while now, actually. I mean, I know that it's not just a web dev thing, but I think that's where a lot of those paradigms are more common because they're like primarily UI. But I think my general opinion is that if something works for you and it seems like a good pattern, by all means use it. And I think it's like avoid the flavor of the month technologies that might exist. Because at least my experience in the web dev world was support would get dropped for something and then like you're just left holding the bag. Like, all right, well, now we got to either maintain this library ourselves or find something to replace it or switch paradigms to whatever the new thing is. So started opening here gets hit and then nothing listens for it. We only have a single treasure chest. Oh, this is not how this is supposed to work. Yeah. In fact, I'm not even sure how. I didn't notice that. Let's change that here. All right, so now we should hear a sound effect when you open the treasure chest in room 4. All right, so we go into here. Yep, nice. Just dashed right into that thing. So one of the things I'm realizing as I play through this a little bit more is the lose condition is really hard to hit. Like, you're usually fast enough, especially once you get dashes, to avoid this. So I have no risk of falling right now. And maybe if there were enough obstacles, I would, but again, I have dashes. So yeah, there's really no risk. So I'm just moving slowly for almost no reason. And I wonder if we should make it even more punishing or what? Just pummeled me. Hitting everything. See, this is what was intended to be like the lose condition here. You move so slowly that it eventually catches up to you. But yeah, as soon as you unlock dashes, I don't even think it's possible. You just dash out of the way. So I might need to rethink the entire fun of this game. Maybe there are things that like knock you really far back. Dashing was a temporary buff or replenish dashes. That's already kind of how it works. Well, not the temporary buff part, but it does replenish dashes right now. Take care of Pestle, by the way. Fallen for this exact thing a few times already, yeah. Yeah, I think this is something we got to think about. The other thing, by the way, is it's unfun to move so slowly that you have to succumb to your impending doom from the falling tiles. Like, this is just meant to have some inevitability if you were to slow down. But yeah, it's not interesting to watch that play out. So I got to think about that a little bit more. I mean, that's what this whole game is based on. So how do we, like, does the player ever actually fall when, yeah, due to moving too slowly? Once you get dashes, it's pretty hard to actually die. It's also not fun to move so slowly that you know you're going to die. Well, die, it's not really dying, you're just falling, and it resets all your coins, but you might not realize that happens. Maybe there should be more obstacles that try to push you off the stage. Or there could be gaps in the floor somewhere. I don't think that's fun. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just think about that later. All right, so this fixes a tiny bug that we had. Fix bug with playing opening sound. It wouldn't play in room 4 because I didn't actually invoke the right event. All right, so let's trigger this. I like how this iterates recursively over every child. Instead, I think we should initialize those scenes with an audio system that so they can play their own sounds. Yeah, so let's have this planet. So I'm on medium for the first time. I want to see if this is good enough. Because I read somewhere that someone from OpenAI said like this should be your daily driver. So let's give it a shot. If it's lower quality or if we have something that we know is going to be intense, we could just raise it. I think the enemy in DKC2, the ones in barrels, they just kind of knock you about and keep running at you wherever you are. Yeah, actually, I guess the slimes could almost act like a pinball bumper in that way. They just don't even damage you. They just bounce you around. Problem is, unless there's a straight shot of a room, it wouldn't even really make sense. Like one of these, this one, for example. Well, this one's not a good example. I meant to select the next one. This one. So if a slime bounces you to the left, you might just hit this wall and it might feel like a minor inconvenience. And one other way we could do this, we could just balance coins differently. Like you start with 500 and every time you get hit, you lose like 50. And losing down to 250 is basically a death sentence. And you could still lose more and you just won't even move at all anymore. Although it'd also be annoying to have to wait around. Maybe we just speed up the floor. It's a lot of different things we can do. Where's that fun check? Here it is. Wait, where did I write down that note? Where did I write that? Oh, this is the wrong fun check. Whoops. It's supposed to be in here. Maybe we speed up how fast the floor catches up to you. Or maybe we just balance coins differently so that getting hit once or twice slows you down, but getting hit 3 times makes you practically stationary. Hey, Kyle. Hello, hello. All right, so this is fixed. See if the upgraded collection sound is too loud. Let's go try that out. This is in the... What happened here? Probably change UIDs or something. Sometimes. All right, let's revert that. This is asking for feedback. Refactor Dungeon Racer sound initialization. Replace this with explicit initialization of known room objects. Each sound producing... Oh, I guess that's a difference. If anything creates any of these, which nothing does other than when slimes get spawned. Yeah, I think that's fine. Mm. Okay, out of curiosity, how much did that plan take? I'm guessing 1%. Didn't even register. It's kind of interesting. I'm debating on this. Where do we initialize slimes to begin with right now? Slime spawners have their own slime that they create. Yeah, here it is. We can just pass this in. Every other room has its own slimes that are there. So where else do we call this function? We don't ever call it. What? When I put a slime in a room, I guess its color's already set, and drops coins probably defaults to true. Yeah, it defaults to true. Okay, so fine. We don't call in it. Okay, yeah, that's the issue. What do I want to do? Like, do I even really want to change this code then? And when does it get done? Just once when the room gets created? This is Dungeon Racer init room. Yeah, once when it's created. We iterate over everything in there. Well, I gotta say, I don't love this. And this too, we end up getting all the zombies separately from getting everything again down here. We go through everything. We check slimes, bases, etc. But for zombies, we listen to this. I'm debating. I think this is a premature optimization that doesn't make sense right now. Yeah. So I think we just leave this how it is. But if we're going to do this, then what we should probably do is bundle in the zombie logic into that. Yeah, that probably makes a lot more sense. So let's get rid of this and put this down there. So this would be like init room entities. Case zombie break. There we go. Why is this underlined? Closure allocation. Yeah, that's fine. Did I make my keyboard layout myself? Yeah, I was inspired by the Muryoku layout. The main thing that I liked about this idea here, and you can see it in this picture, is you hold down. Okay, so sorry, let me open this in a new tab so everything is more visible here. And it's still kind of hard to see. But anyway, like this key has fun written on it. So this is the function layer and it's red. You see all the red text is over on the left side. And then the number layer is blue. All the blue text is on the left side. And then media is on the left side and all the pink text is on the right side. So this idea of like the thumb on one hand controls a layer for a different hand. I really like that idea. And how I extended that is I put modifiers on the layer hand. That makes sense. So like if I have a number button here, I would have modifiers over here. And they use home row mods, so they kind of automatically have that anyway. But yeah, I like that. And then the style of laying out some of this stuff, I think I might have looked at as well. But part of why I didn't adopt this entirely is I already had some muscle memory built up and wanted to be able to use that. So that's why I made my own layout. What's the current problem we're solving? Well, I didn't like how this code initializes. It has to iterate over every single entity in the entire scene. So it gets a root node's children and then calls this on every child and iterates over those two. So it's just a lot of going through the scene to do things. And it doesn't have to be that way. I have a home row layer. I have mods in my layer on a home row. So yeah, my key map is here. And what I mean by this is if you look at, like, I don't have an alt key anywhere here. But once you enter any layer, like if I enter my nav layer, the nav layer is here and there's alt all of a sudden. And the function layer, there's alt. The number layer, there's alt. And it's on the right half of the keyboard in some of these cases too. Yeah, nav left hand has it and symbol layer has it here. So this works for me. It makes sense. There's a lot of stuff I've done with this. All right, so the only other thing we need to do is when it comes to initializing treasure chests, this goes through every single thing and then initializes treasure chests. So these I also would like to prune down. Yeah. Let's delete this. Why can't I find here the dungeon piece? Doesn't really matter if it's a dungeon piece or not, does it? This should allow me to delete some other code that I have here too, I think. Case treasure chest, treasure chest. There. And now that we do that, room 4 doesn't need to do this explicitly, right? I think we delete this. No, we need to call init differently. Oh, darn it. Yeah, but the rest of this is all the same, right? Falling floor triggered. Wait. It's this code. This is endless. And room 4 is here. The init is different. The opening is the same. Yeah, the opening is the same. And this is just to bomb ability collected. Okay, that might be needed too. I guess it's not technically the same. Unless we pass in the treasure chest to on treasure chest open. Maybe I should just do this. I mean, the started opening is the same. I'm getting a little bit crafty here and probably shouldn't be. Yeah, we could just say if... No, we can't say this. All right, so bool initialize treasure chest. This is silly. All right, then we have this, which is room is endless for dungeon piece or something. Yeah, this. Which I think is the code we used to have here. Yeah. All right, let's go try it. Hey, Appleseed. Yeah. Everything's going well. The Sucky Tasks today is just to indicate that we're not necessarily doing like fun game mechanic stuff. We're doing like bug fixes or polish or adding sound effects or something like that. I do have a dedicated shift key. It is this thumb key here. Because yeah, shift is very common to press. Couldn't they register themselves? So there are different room setups depending on whether we're in this style of the dungeon or like the Zelda style. But yes, they could register themselves. We would just need to accommodate that difference. Okay, this looks like it's fine. Let's go over to here now. I think we're good. Should probably just play the game and find out, huh? All the sounds are working. The entities are doing what they should be doing. I already had bombs, so I couldn't test that part. So hopefully that worked. Missed completely. No. A GKLVNS. Any Raimu? The enemies flash red when hit, but only if they don't die. Yeah, because they have a different death animation. That's part of their hurt animation. I'm not planning on changing the sprite work too much there, at least. I don't really mind how that looks. All right, so another thing in polish that we should probably do is change the Z index of the item you get from a treasure chest so that it's always above you. Or maybe Y sorting is enough for this. Which game in the game succession of games is this? This is the 5th one right now, but the order is up for debate. Because I look at this kind of like how I look at just like writing. You want to vary sentence length so that it's not just 5-word sentences the whole time. I think it's the same thing here. We want to vary genres, game lengths, game sort of purpose. So like fun versus funny. And maybe, yeah, or genres or mechanics at least. You watched the backgrounds? Did you like it? Didn't Markiplier work on that? So yeah, the games before this one are kind of similar to it. And that's why I think this one needs to change which order it's in. Because the one just before this is very much an incremental game. And you are opening treasure chests and getting loot. And then selling it to customers. This is the Skeleseller inspired game. Then your customers get angry at the prices you set. No. Pretty good. We pay 3 gold? No. You're only slightly unhappy. That's fine. Oh, they hate that though. Did I even get that? I don't even know I got that. It truly looks similar to something else, yeah. Oh, the Markiplier one is different. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I think it's a horror movie though, right? I probably won't watch it. Did you see Obsession, Ryan? Yeah, oh yeah. Did you see this, Magnus? The top-down shooter? Darkstorm did some work on the backgrounds. And yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, big fan. Honestly, the banding doesn't even really bother me anymore. It kind of seems like an intentional effect. Although it probably would look better if it were smooth. Yeah. I really want that lava to be animated. Can they get around this? They can. How good of a job do they do? No, they get stuck sometimes. Yeah, we probably got to fix the pathing on that. Yeah, let's go to one other room here, or maybe a couple. Yeah. Not getting movement speed early on feels bad. I don't know if playtesters will have more patience than I will, but maybe we want to speed it up a bit. I think we do tone down the volume of this a little bit. The sound effect. We're getting an upgrade. Oh man, I like walk into this room and die immediately. Yeah. Talking medium suckiness. Not too bad. Hey, Gillife. Increased drop rate of movement. Yeah, we might want to do that. At least skew toward it a little bit. Or maybe make some like guaranteed movement speed drops. Where is the top-down shooter? Here it is. And what did I just say? Oh, we should lower the volume. That was one thing. Sound data. What's it called? Power up. Oh, we have this in several spots. It's actually in the platformer too. Let me listen to that one. Maybe that's also too loud. And then, yeah, movement speed I was talking about. Okay, let's go to the platformer. We could lower it a little bit here. It's not too loud. No, I don't think there's really a problem. What about here? Honestly, it's not too bad. No, I don't think it's too bad. To-do list is coming along. It's 24 pages long. We're getting back up to what it was for Skelesaller. Yeah, I think this is fine. This is fine. Pinball machine inside another game, getting a high score in it gives you some item that you need in the main game. Yeah, I guess let's just go write this down over in the design document. And then before I forget, let's write for our fun check for the top-down shooter. Top-down shooter fun check. Do you need movement upgrades sooner than you currently get them? Maybe we put one in the starter room in your natural path. Yeah. All right, game design. Let's write this in ideas. There we go. All right. I gotta go check this in. This is hopefully done now. This is basically just improve performance and co-locate code to initialize. Yeah. Improve initialization. The performance should be slightly better since we don't iterate over every single node multiple times now. Also, the initialization code is slightly more co-located than it was before. I mean, it wasn't too bad before. All right, muzzle positions when shooting in the top-down shooter. This is a sucky task. All right, top-down shooter player. We have the animations here, and we go into run shooting. And where's the player? There they are. All right, so muzzle position is here. Let's go take a look inside the game and see how this feels. I did not play Inscription, no. Have I seen that game? I've seen it. I haven't played it. The inspiration for that, the game that I'm making here, this particular one, was actually Nuclear Throne, but it didn't end up turning into Nuclear Throne. All right, so right is wrong, left is wrong, up is actually looking pretty good. So is down. Yeah, down and up look fine. Okay, now we got to do the diagonals. It's a little bit harder. All right. All of those are wrong so far. That's wrong, and that's wrong. Okay, so every direction is wrong except for up and down. So those are the ones we got to fix. So let's start with left. And the muzzle position is here. Yeah, you can see how it's wrong. Bullets are firing from this spot instead of the actual gun. So we just need to move this down to, oh, no, it's set to snapping. We just move this over to here maybe. And click that button. Easy. Now we just do that another 5 times. So left down has it here. That's actually not bad. Let's put it right in the middle of the gun though. Left up. Put it there. Right is also incorrect. Yeah, let's put it there. Right down. Right up. And is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. All right, let's try that out now. General theme and the one again. I see, yeah. Why was this? Really like how organized your projects are from the beginning. How do you plan and structure new project? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it held your message back. I have a note on my. Hang on one second. Let me check this really fast. This still didn't get kicked off. Interesting. I have a note on my notes page, and I'll link this to you, where I talk about this a little bit. Yeah, designing a brand new game. So this is part of it. I'll sum this up too. So how do I plan and structure a new project before I start coding? I start with a game design. And the game design starts with like a nugget of an idea. And then what I generally do is make a document where I've got these things. So sections might have an overview, ideas, questions, design, scratch. And that's what I've started doing here. This is not a public document, but I'll just guide you through it a little bit quickly. Google, since I made that note, added document tabs. So now I have main, ideas, subgames, and then within the tabs, you have headers, just like you always had in documents. So I like having a scratch section, which this one is 100 pages long. It's just whatever random notes I needed to write down as I was coming up with something. So something I might do here is I might say something like top-down shooter movement speed. And I tend to write a timestamp here. That's not really that important. But I might write something like problem, you don't move very quickly. And then I just start planning things out, like option 1, give more upgrades. Option 2, start you out faster. These sorts of things. And then just kind of plan. And then eventually I'll bundle this back into the document if I need to, or make a coding task for it or something. So yeah, a lot of it was ad hoc, and I just started formalizing what made sense for me. Triggered by that. I don't know why though. Strange. All right, so now the muzzle position should be better. Let's go change into the top-down shooter and maximize this and give ourselves a bunch of upgrades. So now no matter which direction you're shooting, it should look like the bullets are actually coming from the gun. Yeah. The only time that it's a little bit weird is when you're moving up into the left or up into the right, but not like perfectly in line with where you're shooting, I guess. Yeah, like this. We're moving a little differently. But in general, I think this is looking pretty good. Yeah, we probably need to increase the bullet speed just even a little bit more. Maybe, no, maybe we move that out of the gun a little bit. Yeah, down by maybe 1 pixel and out of the gun. Run, shoot. Oh, no, that was standing and shooting. That wasn't even running. Shooting gun left. Here it was. And the muzzle position is there. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. After a while, I lost track of it and started working randomly. So I'm interested in learning how you keep your project organized. Yeah. I think a lot of it is like almost multi-tiered planning. Like right now we're in checkpoint 2 is what I'm calling it. And the overall plan I've got on my roadmap over here. Checkpoint 2, goal end of July. We got polish days. We want to add 3 new games. We need some story points. Then afterward, we're going to stabilize. And I want to spend at least 2 weeks doing that. So that'll be the beginning of August. I'll be doing playtests during that time too. And during this stabilization, we're going to plan checkpoint 3. So checkpoint 3, we might be like, all right, let's make 2 more games. Let's add some more story points in. And let's get more playtesters at the end of it. And then based on whatever I come up with, I'll be like, all right, this should take 6 weeks. And then any given week, I try to make sure we're moving this stuff forward. And it's not rigidly adhere to a plan. It's also like, hey, what is your gut telling you want to work on? What seems like the highest priority thing to work on? And that's why I started mixing up these things with theme days. Monday and Friday are just like generic days. But Tuesday is Sucky Tasks Day now. Wednesday, to offset Sucky Tasks, is Fun Tasks Day. And Thursday is Music Day. If I don't do this throughout the project, then they all just get slammed at the end of a project. And you do not want to be doing 3 months of annoying tasks in a row. It just breaks your brain. And I'm really, really hoping that by spreading this out over the project, that one, we have less of it to do at the end, and two, I'm less bitter when it comes time to launch. I was just like sick of Skeleseller when I was just doing bug fixes and polish for forever. And the game is much better as a result of doing that stuff. But it was misery. I don't want to do that again. All right, so just standing and firing, like I said, we might lower that by a pixel or put it out of the gun by a pixel. Let's try that. Let's move it like here. I think that might be too low now. Does this take effect immediately? No, unfortunately. What if I come back into the game? No, I gotta restart it. Yeah, sure thing. And good luck. I think adapting this so that it works for you is what's important. I actually don't want sound on. Did I even change it? Did I even click the button? Maybe I didn't. Shooting gun left, muzzle position. I gotta click this again, I guess. Yeah, I don't think I even changed it. Let's start it there. Does that take effect? Ah, that does. That looks great. It already looked good over there. Up looks fine. Down does not look fine. Shooting gun down. Muzzle position is here. Yeah, we want it to be to the right by 1, I think. Yeah, that looks much better. All right, now what about the diagonals? That one looks pretty good. That's pretty good. The diagonals are a little bit easier because there's like an obvious spot on the gun where they should go. Yeah, all right. I think that's fine. All right, now when you're running, it's harder to see. I think we need to move that out of the gun. We might just need them to go faster. I think the bullets shoot faster. Can I, how do I do this? There we go. All right, so right and left, I think look fine. Yeah, we just need the bullets to move a little bit faster, or maybe start later out. Like if you're running, we know that you're moving into the bullets. Maybe we advance them for you. So when we get to run shooting down, for example, we just drag this down a couple pixels. Run shooting left. Oh, wait, you can't just do that. Drag it down and then click the button. Run shooting left, drag it left, and then click the button. And when we stand shooting left, it's down 1. So we should do the same thing over here. Run shooting left down, so like that. Left up. Right. Now, if we look at shooting gun right, is it at the same spot? Yeah. All right, run shooting right down. Right up. And up. Okay, try that out. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better. Is there anything weird going on? No, I think it's good. Yeah, once you start moving really fast, we probably just need to increase the bullet speed a little bit more, but that's something we can do later. Okay, that was painful. Change muzzle positions. When standing and running, shooting while standing or running should now make the bullets look like they're actually firing from your gun and not some disconnected point. And then footstep sounds. I never validated that. Let's go listen to footstep sounds. This I'm a little less concerned with. Yeah, it's fine. All right, Y sorting for coins. Zoom in on the door in the platform game. Make dashing work with both sets of shoulder buttons. This one we can do pretty quickly. I just want to make sure I haven't already done it. A friend of mine who played and who wasn't totally sure what to expect yet was commenting on some of the like specific mechanics of the platformer and was saying like in Rogue Legacy, if you press R in the air, there are two different settings. One is to dash in the direction you're facing, and the other is to, no matter which way you're facing, always dash right. And oh wait, no, hang on. This already dashes this way. So we can't, I don't know what I was even talking about here. Make dashing work with both sets of shoulder buttons. Oh, the bumpers and the triggers. Ah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that I have to do myself. Because I never added this to begin with, right? So if I search for this, aerial dash left. So I have not bound a button to that. So let's go find dash. And we'll add this. And dash right, we add this. And that's probably good enough for now. Let's go try that out. Did it start? Oh, there it is. Whoops. Oh, I apparently have several of these open at once. Let's quit them all. So this will naturally take effect in every game now where I do this, which means I think the farming game will also work this way. So let's just try every game. This feels weird to me because I'm expecting it to be on the, what is this? The bumper. But yeah, it works. Okay, let's go to the next game. Yep. Okay, next game. I don't even think we use these buttons in here. No, we don't. Loot boxes, same thing. We don't use them at all. And the final game here, we do use them, but only once you get the dash. So we gotta go unlock dashing. Probably make it cheap for this. Well, that's not it. That's not it either. Oh, come on. Wow. The odds of that happening are slim, and now it's guaranteed to be the boot. Yeah. Yeah, that feels good. Actually, let's follow one more time so we get a faster usage of this. Yeah, this feels good. Nice. Which game they'd like spun out as its own standalone game? You know, I think that would be kind of interesting. Maybe I should add that as a playtest question. So this is done. I just need to check this in, and that's going to probably be the last thing, and then this we need to do, and then file away the other tasks. So add as playtest question, which subgame was your favorite? Could you see any of them becoming a standalone game? Or maybe not even that. Maybe which subgame would you like to see fleshed out more as though it were a standalone game? Because I wonder if it's just which one did I put the most time into? Yeah. A maze where the boost can make you miss your path. Miss the path. I want to be careful about feel bad mechanics, though. That's the only thing. All right, so allow both trigger and bumper triggers and bumpers for most actions. Sam had commented on this in the first playtest. All right, so that's done. File away these tasks. So this is for the next Sucky Task day, I guess. I'll just put these far enough down the list that they're not in the other one. Yeah. Candidates. So Dungeon Racer. All right, that's done. And now the journal. In the casino basement? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I think I know what you're talking about. They had those. It was like a Sokoban game with your character. You touch one of those things and they just like sent you running, right? All right, so Sucky Tasks Day. Got the biggest improvement was adding sound effects, well, and music. Music and sound effects to the Dungeon Racer. I gotta say, I am quite a fan of the first 2/3 of this music that I made, but the last third of it, I'm not certain that I like as much. So I want to ask playtesters what they think too. But like, this is exactly the right feeling for this. So yeah, feels good. Oh, interesting. The bomb still explodes in the prior room. I think that means we're not freeing it. Huh, I'll need to look into that. So I put a bomb on the stairs of room 1 and it exploded when I was in room 2. I think this means we aren't freeing prior rooms. Let's just go take a look at that now. Where do we do this? Scene 3 path. Scene 3, or no, room 3. What am I doing? Room 3 scene path. There it is. Okay, so get next room is here. We call this from over here. We transition. Transitioning creates a tween. Plays sounds. No, that's not part of transition. Here it is. Current room free. Oh, no, we do free it. So bombs are just stored in a different spot. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't really care about that too much. Oh, no, Jesta. I'm sorry to hear that. My day is going pretty well. Yeah, the shadow of the coins over the mob. Yeah, Lamar. That's Y sorting that I have to fix, which I did not get to. Yeah, add Y sorting, especially for coins. Yeah. Now, it is rather unfortunate that I haven't even kicked this off. I should kick off something, although I'm sure they're going to reset usage again at some point. Basically just giving everyone usage forever. All right. Almost lunchtime. I want to kick off something here. Yeah. This is done. Yeah, maybe I just. All right, so we're not doing anything here. Let's just kick off a new one in the local branch. So not new work tree, locally, medium. Yeah. So where does this even happen? Dungeon Racer? Endless room, falling floor triggered. Is this what has the caught player? Yes. So whatever listens to this here, on player caught, is resetting after fall. On falling animation finished. Here it is. Falling floor starts and enabled. Reset as endless dungeon. Here it is. So when this is called, we want to reset your bomb and dash charges. I mean, I'm going to give this to AI, even though it's pretty dead simple, because I just want to kick off my quota. I want it to reset the number of dash charges and bomb charges that you have back to your maximum, back to their current maximums. All right. Okay, I am going to go raid somebody. That is it for today. And ad's going to start in 15 seconds, so it'll cut me off, but there's nothing else you're going to miss. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing a full day of probably like, AI-based coding work. We're going to push the Dungeon Racer as far as we can. I'll probably try to work on some of that this afternoon, but I've got some other things I want to do too. Does Cakes not stream on Tuesday? Oh, hey, Tim is streaming. Let's go raid Tim. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Here we go. Thank you all for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you had a good time. Let's all go say hi to Tim. Use a turtle emoji if you got it. I'll paste one in the chat. There we go. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Take care.